What is up, beautiful people? Welcome to a live stream on what is today? Wednesday? Jesus, I don't even know what day it is. Let's see, what day is it? Yes, it is Wednesday the 15th. Welcome, guys. We have 9 people in the room. We already got 14 thumbs up, and I am actually on time today. Can you believe it? Gosh, we got 5 people in the room. Crazy. You guys are sitting here waiting. So I guess the scheduling actually does work when you actually keep to the schedule. Good to know. Hey guys, good to see you. Who do we got? We got Trav Man. I can't wait to. Awesome. Good to see you, Trav Man. We got Jay Holly. What's up, Jay Holly? Love your last name. I think we already been through that. Into the YouTube zone. Hi, into the YouTube zone. Lee Nort. Hey, hey. Who else do we got in here? Brett Lance. What's up, Brett? Brett, not Brett. Brett Lance. Welcome from the St. Louis, capital of homicide. That it is, buddy. It's been a minute since I've been to St. Louis. The last time I flew into St. Louis, it was 23 degrees. And I was on my way to, oh my God, where was I? God, where is the University of Ohio at? Canton, Ohio? I think that's where I was on my way to work on a movie up there. Let's see. Justin G. What's up, Justin G? Tasha Teeling made it in the room. What's up, Tasha? I saw some of your cooking posts today, I believe, from Cooking Inside the Van. It says, Tasha, I've been waiting all day for my new controller. Do may as well wait for you too. Nice. Thanks for waiting, Tasha. Justin G says, peace from Santa Cruz, California. You're up north a little bit, buddy. I'm in LA. And we got PDX Trailer Guy. What's up, bro? Just in here for a few. I'm at work. Hey, man, don't get yourself in trouble. Hey, Freedom Dove. One of my favorites, Freedom Dove. Good to see you, Freedom Dove. Terry's in Kentucky. How's the weather in Kentucky tonight, Terry? Good to see you guys. Nomad Unbroken, stoked I caught your live, bro. Hey, Nomad Unbroken. If you guys don't know who Nomad Unbroken is, he's one of the, he live streams a lot, and he's a good guy. Go over there and check out Nomad Unbroken if you like live streams. Terry says it is rainy. Oh, it's rainy in Kentucky, Terry? Well, it's really nice here in LA. Let's see what the temperature is here in LA. All you people that make fun of California, which I have my problems with California, but it is 55 degrees right now in Los Angeles, where I'm sitting. Not too shabby. And that is absolutely freezing cold for us. Let's see. I'm going to do some rearranging here of my screen, so give me a minute. Bear with me. I'm going to try to get this chat blown up here where I can really see it, and we're going to be playing around today. Oh my gosh, Line Screw, what's up, buddy? Line Screw hit me with the super chat already. Thank you, sir. I do appreciate that very much. You're not supposed to be paying YouTubers to YouTube, though, bro. I don't know if you've heard of this guy, Line Screw 1, but he will let you know that YouTube is not the place to be paying YouTubers. But I'm not really a YouTuber. I think you got to have at least over 10,000 subscribers to actually be considered a real YouTuber. Keep the frauds and e-beggars honest. Well, I do appreciate it, Line Screw. I'm going to try something here. Let's see. Something I was working on. I got to find it. For the super chatters. Let's see. So yeah, give me a second to get it set up here, guys. Bear with me. Oh, let's see. So there we go. And then I've been working with this software, but I still am not proficient with it, but I'm getting there. So now we want, okay. Now we're getting there. So if you don't know, Line Screw 1 is a YouTuber. So, and he hit us with a super chat. So I just put live screw. Are you a live screw now, Line Screw? Line Screw 1. Jesus, I can't even type today. And we're going to bring this down here like so. And let's see. I think that's going to do it. I need to go 4. There we go. And that should work. Okay, what did I do wrong? It's supposed to be scrolling across the bottom of the screen, but I did something wrong. Anyway, you guys can see, oh, is it backwards? How does it look to you guys? Because on one of my screens, it's backwards, and on the other one, it's right. Can you read what I put on there? Why is it backwards? It's showing it's backwards on YouTube. Freedom Dove says, be right back, Rav. I have to go start dinner for my kiddo. Yeah, you do. You got to take care of your kiddos, Freedom Dove. We'll be here when you get back. Line Screw 1 says, I'm whatever you want. LOL. Terry, wow, early. Freedom Dove says it looks fine. So you guys can read what I wrote there. It's so weird. Like on, I have YouTube playing on the studio, and it shows that what I typed is backwards. And it's actually supposed to be scrolling across the, oh, I see what it is. Okay, here we go. Going to do right to left. There we go. Now we're scrolling. Oh, Travman hit me with the, Travman hit me with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Travman. So Line Screw, buddy, that didn't last long. We got to change it up here. But Travman, you do not have a YouTube channel, do you? Or do you? If you have a YouTube channel, let me know what it is, and we will plug it here. If you don't, just let me know what you would like your ticker to say, buddy, and I'll change it for you. I noticed, I saw that Line Screw one. I saw that you cleaned the snow off of your RV so it would not collapse, and that's actually very smart. I think a lot of us that aren't used to the snow probably wouldn't even think of that. I know when I used to work up in Minnesota and Wisconsin a lot, that was a big deal up there for them to clean the snow. They actually had like snow blower things that they put on the roof of buildings to clean the snow off. And there was one state that didn't do that, which was Michigan, which was kind of crazy. Or I might have that backwards. It might have been Michigan that cleaned the snow, and it might have been Minnesota that didn't. But I know one of them didn't, and then one of them did. So it was pretty weird. Because they were on the radio, I was listening to them, and they were talking about how many pounds snow adds to your, how many pounds of snow, what the weight is of all the snow that's on a roof, and why roofs were collapsing, because they were having some roof collapsing, because they were having some record snows. I think there was 86 inches in Michigan that last year I was up there. So we're going to change this to Travman. What do you want to say, Travman? Travman doesn't have a YouTube channel. That's okay. We'll just do this, Travman. And if you have something you'd like to put on the ticker, Travman, let me know what, and I will change it for you, buddy. Oh, Jesus Christ. If I could type. Starl. There we go. Thank you, Travman. Appreciate that, buddy. Yeah, I saw your, back to Line Screw 1, I saw your post, I believe, on your community tab on your YouTube channel, if I'm not mistaken. And so if you'd like to be in the ticker down below, guys, anybody that hits me with a super chat, I'm not asking you to hit me with a super chat, but if you want to see your name, scroll down in the bottom. Just trying to set that up because I feel bad you guys, donate money in the super chat and stuff. And I don't know, it's kind of like you're not really working for the money. So just kind of wanted to try to do something different, change it up a little bit. And Group 2 Matrix, hey, what is up? What is Super Chat and what's with the dollar amount? It doesn't matter. You do not have to hit the Super Chat. It's just like a donation thing for people that want to donate, but there's no donating required. I just set the dollar thing up to show people that have already did the Super Chat. So, but there's no Super Chat required for this live stream. And Brent Lance, all right, Subline Screw One. Yeah, Subline Screw One. He's actually a pretty funny guy. And who else do we have? Group 2 Matrix, what is the Super Chat and what is the dollar amount? It's just, like I said, it's just a thing I put up there to give somebody rewards. Oh, wow, look who we have. It's my favorite number one fan, Matilda. Good to see you, Matilda. For you guys that do not know, in one of my, I believe it was my actually last Nomad News episode, I actually made a statement that I have a Patreon, but I've never used it. I've never promoted it. I've never done anything with it. And Matilda took it on herself to go over to my Patreon page, which is still under my old YouTube name. And I'm not even going to tell anybody what it is, but she found it and went over there and actually signed up as my very first Patreon. So thank you, Matilda. I don't think you have a YouTube channel. Do you have a YouTube channel? If you do not, we're just going to add your name up here. Let me know what you'd like to say for your ticker, Matilda. And you got to clarify something for me, Matilda, because your name is spelt on YouTube with a Miatilda, but when I've emailed you, you spell it without the I. It's just MIT. So I'm not sure how you want me to spell it, but right here I'm going to spell it exactly the way it's spelt on the on YouTube. Let's say. Terry says, I just want to say I'm looking for an American Clipper if anyone knows of one for sale. Hey, Terry, I see several of them for sale here and there, Terry, but the problem is they're older RVs, so they're usually in really, really bad shape. I saw one probably about a week and a half ago for $500, and I'm not even sure if it was worth $500. My friend Sarah, she's got a really beautiful American Clipper, and I did a tour on my YouTube channel. I did a tour on my YouTube channel of her American Clipper. They're a very popular RV, but it's very, very hard to find one that's in good condition. Thank you again, Matilda, for the super chat. Ninth Element, what is up, Ninth Element? Good to see you. Hey, Nomad News, when do you head for Skad and Wash? Hugs, brother. Ninth Element, I had planned on leaving. Today's Wednesday. I'd planned on leaving tomorrow, which I believe... yeah, today's the 15th, so I planned on leaving Thursday tomorrow, but we just had an order come in, and I just got through pulling the order for none other than Mr. LeBron James, King James. So I didn't even get finished with all of his order. That's what I was doing right before the stream, and I got half of it pulled, and I got to pull the other half as soon as the stream is over, and then I got to take it all the way down by Huntington Beach to a town called... Jesus, what is it called? Something Springs. Tonight, after this is all done, said and done. So it'll be ready for embroidering tomorrow, first thing in the morning. Fountain Valley, that's where I have to go. Fountain Valley, which is about 35 miles from us down in the OC. But it's nice down there, so great thing about taking my house with me when I go, I will just stay down there in the OC tonight after I get through doing this, probably right there, parked right there on the beach in Huntington Beach. And let's see, who else? So anyway, I think I got off track. I plan on leaving here probably Saturday now. I'm going to be going through... I'm going to actually be going through Joshua Tree. I'm going to pick up a couple of AGM batteries over there, Renergies, and to hold me over until I get my lithium ion. Till I figure out what I want to do with lithium ion. I'm going to get a couple of more AGMs they're 6-volt, 236 amp hours. They're not the 220 amp hours. They're higher than that. Let's see if I can resize this thing. It's a little too big. There we go. Cool. Much better. There we go. I like that better. So anyway, let's see. Who else do we have in here? I wonder who else out at Scad and Wash now. I think I saw earlier that I think I didn't get to watch it. I've been too busy today, but I do believe that gosh, I think Tom from Hobotech, I think him and Sashnak, Kansas spelled backwards. I think they're already out at Scad and Wash. I've seen that they did a live stream, I believe, from the PartyR. And oh, scrolled the wrong way. There we go. Let's see. I'm trying to make the chat bigger here, guys. Bear with me. I keep going the wrong way, of course. No, I really can't see it. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I'm just wondering who already is. I'm just wondering who is already out at Scad and Wash, if anybody. I wonder what the internet is like out there. Because the reason I ask is my buddy Noah, he wants to come out with some really high-end streaming equipment, and we want to do like some live broadcasts from Scad and Wash, if there's enough people out there. Leah Nortz. Let's see. Yeah, I didn't know what that said. Hello, peoples. Let's see. Leah Nortz. Hey, Nomad. No, I'm way behind. I resized the chat and it threw me way behind. Oh, we got the Van Life Sheldons in here. Hey, guys. What is up? Good to see you. They were so irritated at me last week because I told them that I was going to be live streaming at 7:30, and as all you guys know, that didn't happen. But I got here tonight. I waited till way late in the day before I waited till I put up that I was going to be live streaming only a couple of hours in advance, because I didn't want to let you guys down again by going too far in advance when I had so much to do. So Tasha Teeling says, I just got a new MPPT controller. If that don't fix everything, I'll maybe get another battery. Yep. You can never have enough batteries. My system, the system that I'm designing for, people keep asking me, why don't you have, I sent Paul and Ellie a text of the live stream. Thank you so much, Trav, man. So anyway, let me get back to my solar setup. People keep asking me, you've had your truck for so long, why haven't you done your solar? The reason I have not done my solar is because I am using 425 watt First solar panels. And these panels came out of a solar farm, the one that's going on, some of you may know it, it's on the 15 going to Vegas. So they're industrial solar panels. So they came with one lead. So I thought they had to go into a grid tie system. So I thought Van Life Sheldons, Mike from Van Life Sheldons, we discussed this when I was at Van Build or at Boondockers Bash, because we were both confused. And then I found out that there was another junction box on the other side, and you just have to add another lead to it. So I took a voltmeter and checked voltage, and it was getting over 200 volts from one panel. So now I'm in the process of, I've already got a 5-in-1 controller, which has got the MPP controller in it. It's got a 2400 watt pure sine and wave verter. Will Prouse did a review on it. It's like a box. It's a square box that's got everything in it. It's got a charger. It's a 60 amp charger, I believe. And so I'm going to be putting all of that together, and the panels will be 1700 watts. So I've got the panels, I've got the 5-in-1, but what's holding me back is I want to make sure that whatever batteries I get, I have the right batteries. I had originally decided that I wanted a Tesla battery, a Tesla module. out of a Tesla, and was going to wire that in and use my own BMS and wire that into my truck and put it on the wall or somewhere, and then actually put the Tesla, build a box for it out of probably stainless that, and have the Tesla logo engraved on it with a red LED light on the inside. But now I don't know that that's what I want to do. So I'm just kind of in limbo where I want to be with the batteries. I mean, if I had the money, I would probably go buy like 6 of the Battleborns, but that would be $6,000. So I could get 2 or 3 Tesla batteries for that and run them in parallel. But I don't know if you can run the Tesla batteries in parallel. So that is my problem, is I just don't know enough. I know solar, basic solar, because I installed the 400 watt solar system that's on my old rig. I did it all by myself, but this other one's a little bit more complicated for me. So I'm still figuring it all out, still getting all the wiring and stuff together to get it done. But when it all is said and done, I want to have 1,700 watts of solar on the roof of my truck, and I want to have either 5 kilowatts of batteries or maybe even 10 kilowatts in lithium ion. Richard Kimple, what's up, Rich? Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you, man. Let's see, trying to keep up with you guys here in the chat. Mr. Brooks. Hey, Mr. Brooks. I don't know if I saw, acknowledged you come in the room. I saw you earlier when I was rambling on. So for you guys that don't know, I'm looking at my screen a lot. I have my camera up here, but you'll see me looking at the screen because I'm actually looking at your chat most of the time. And we have 27 people in the room. We got 19 thumbs up. If you guys give me a thumbs up, I really appreciate that. That's really awesome. And so I've had this software that I bought to do this live streaming with, and I really haven't utilized it very well because it's got a lot of little toys and gadgets, as you can see with the little super chat thing down there. I will tell you guys one other thing I got, a couple of things. So I have a new light, which is, you guys can't see it, but it's a 48-inch parabolic umbrella on a new Godox light. So hopefully you guys can tell that the lighting, I think it's a little better than it was last week. But this thing I was trying to get all set up, and I got to do an unboxing for it. But this little jewel right here is very, very, very hard to come by. And it's called a Blackmagic Atom Mini. And what this is going to do is this little jewel right here. And if you don't know, you cannot get these things. They're back ordered. So you can't even buy one right now. You can't get a hold of them. It's impossible to get one. And guess who's got one? And I planned on utilizing it tonight, but it didn't happen. I still have to do an unboxing for it on Nomad Nation. But what that is going to do is it is going to afford me to be able to hook up multiple cameras. So I plan on having this camera. There'll be a wide angle camera way back there in the back that looks back at the whole thing. And then I'm going to have another camera right here on the other side that I can look to. So there'll be 3 cameras here at some point. I was hoping to have it up and running tonight, but like I said, that didn't happen. That's just kind of the way it goes. And let's see. Ninth Element said, I had a laugh about your title tonight. Do you have something to tell us that we do not know? Yes, I am coming out of the closet. I'm coming out and just letting you guys know that I am a very, very, very heterosexual man. So I did that title is none other than just clickbait, for the simple fact is I watched a video and they were talking about like what you should do to like make your videos more successful. And one of those things was to look at what is going on the YouTube trending page. So I went to the YouTube trending page right before my stream. I was just going to name it just like a regular name. And then I went to the YouTube trending page right before I started to do the or to do the setup for the stream at like 5:30, and the #1 trending video on YouTube is that title. So I was like, we're going to use that title tonight and see what happens. So that is exactly what I had to tell you, Ninth Element. Rich Kimple says, really like not being distracted by the cord snaking weirdly on the mic, digging the cleaned up office. Thank you, Rick. I really appreciate that, man. When people notice the little things that I go to try to make this a little bit more aesthetically pleasing, because it screws with my OCD. Like last week when I saw the cord that I was complaining about it and messing with it during the live stream because it was driving me nuts. So what you probably don't realize is this is an entirely different cord. This cord comes down in an elbow and elbows into the mic. And this is the cord that we were using last week. So I literally ordered a completely different cord because this one was bugging me so much. Because this one is like this, and it comes straight into the back of the mic, and it caused a huge thing, a loop on the back of the mic. So I had ordered one before with an elbow on it, and they sent me the one with the elbow that actually goes into the mixer. So I've got more of these cords now than I know what to do with. Oh, as a matter of fact, here's the one that I bought before that ended up being the wrong one. So this one is an elbow, but it doesn't elbow into the back of the microphone like this one does. Can you see this right here? This one elbows into the mixer, which I don't even know why anybody would need that. But anyway, I wasn't paying enough attention when I ordered it because I didn't realize they had one that elbowed into the mixer. I thought they would all just elbow into the back of the mic. So when I ordered it and I got it, it was the wrong one. So I ordered another one and it ended up being... Anyway, I got the right one now. Great success. And Jim Brooks says, tells you how old I am. When you were, say, coming out, I was thinking you were going to the RTR. Hey, nothing wrong with that, Mr. Brooks. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just coming out tonight, guys, at the correct time. Instead of being late for my own funeral or late for the stream, and I'll be late for my own funeral, I was actually right on time tonight. I think I started this live chat right at 7:30. Is everything sounding good tonight? I did a little bit. I did a little tweaking of my mic, so I'm not sure if it's sounding as good as it was last week, or if it's better, or I don't know where it is, because I hear it in my ears, but I don't know exactly what you guys hear because it goes through the compression and everything for YouTube. Travman says, that's great about the title. Thank you, Travman. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I just trolled you guys, or I just clickbaited you guys. Prolific Invention. Hey, Prolific Invention. I don't know if I've seen you before. You new? This your first time? What are your opinions on the best stealth camping toilet systems? Ooh, that's a good one. What are your opinions on the best stealth camping toilet systems? I really think, if you got the money, the easy way to go about it is just to buy a Nature's Head. I don't know where you're going to want to put it. I mean, I don't know if you're just like in a small cargo van or what you're in, but yeah, what Nomad Unbroken said is a bucket. That is, a lot of people are horrified by the bucket, but most real van lifers that are real van lifers, they start with a bucket and graduate into usually like a home-built composting toilet. But so Van Inn, my buddy Brian from Van Inn, he votes number 2 for the bucket. And the truth is, if you get like the peat moss or there's some other stuff, if you look at my video, I can't think of what the name of the stuff is. But if you get, hey, Amy Preston from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, good to see you, Amy. So good to see you. She's following me on YouTube now. She sent me a friend request on YouTube. Prolific Invention said, thank you so much. Yeah. So just back to the bucket real quick. I know a lot of people are horrified by even thinking about, going, going to the bucket. But I think a lot of the van lifers, they get a bucket and then they use like peat moss or they use the other stuff, which is my buddy Jared from Earth Medic, who has the 4x4 ambulance that I did a van tour with. He did a self-built composting toilet and he doesn't use peat moss. He uses something else and I can't remember what it is, but that I think would probably be the way to go about it because it makes it really eliminates any smell, which is the number one thing when you're using any home built system is the smell. And he also drilled a vent fan and installed like a little computer fan in his rig. So to make sure there was no smell. It's a little low voltage computer fan. So there's nothing wrong with the bucket. I mean, it depends on what kind of budget you're on. If you got plenty of money in your pockets, you can go get a Nature's Head composting toilet, but they're going to set you back right at $1,000. And then there's another one. Sorry guys, the metro's going by. It is evening and people are getting off work, so the metro is going to be going by quite often. But anyway, you can get the Nature's Head, which is $1,000, and then there's another one that's a couple of $100 more. I can't remember what it is called, but I actually like it better than the Nature's Head. It's kind of like comparing the Max Air fan and the Fantastic fan. At the beginning, I liked the Fantastic fan better until I did my homework and found out I actually like the Max Air fan a lot better than the Fantastic fan. It's the same with these manufactured composting toilets. I thought I liked the Nature's Head better, but then there's another one that I found because the Nature Head, you got to take it apart to pull the container out. And there's another one out there. It's $200 more than the Nature's Head, but the container comes out the front of it. So you don't have to actually take the toilet apart. And I would much prefer that. Oh, the Airhead. Matilda, you are a lifesaver. Yes. Matilda knew exactly what it is. Thank you, Matilda. I couldn't think of it. It's called an Airhead. I should know that. Airhead. Yeah. So you have the Nature's Head and then you have the Airhead. So the Airhead is the best, I think, in my opinion, that take it for a grain of salt. I mean, I'm sure everybody out there, most people have the Nature's Head, but I like the Airhead better for the simple fact you do not have to take the toilet apart to pull your solids waste canister out of it. You can get both of the canisters out of it to go empty them into a public toilet without actually taking the top of the toilet off like the Nature's Head. Thank you again, Matilda. You're a lifesaver. My old brain doesn't work all the time. Rick Kemp says you can always hear the metro, but it's honestly barely noticeable, really. Oh, good to hear. It's not for me. It's very, very loud. So I'm glad to hear that. Tasha Teeling said Seahead. Freedom Dove said, okay, back for 20 minutes. Hey, Freedom Dove, welcome back. Glad you got hopefully you got your kiddos fed and they're all happy campers now. Geez, we've already been going for 32 minutes. Tasha Teeling says a cassette toilet, worst part of living like this when it's time to dump it. I may go to Walmart bags. Yeah, I mean, that is, anybody that does van life, that is, it is one of the, I don't even know what word I want to use there. It is one of the biggest inconveniences, which people know that. That's if you go into any of the Facebook van life rooms, that's what everybody is, that are thinking about van life that aren't in van life. That's one of the most notorious questions is asked is all about the bathroom etiquette in a van and how it happens, or or they want to know how you make money on the road. That's the two. You'll see those questions asked over and over and over. Yeah. So anyway, guys, let's see, who was it? Richard Kemp, I believe. Somebody let me know that you could barely hear the metro on the train that is going by. And for those that don't know, I talked about it in another stream. That's exactly why I went to this mic, because it's a directional, and the other ones were condenser mics. So the other mics I had are really prolific at picking up background noise because they're more like for a band and stuff. And this is a directional, which is a dynamic directional mic, which is, it eliminates background noise. But you really got to stay close to the end of the mic, because if you move around away from it, it really fades really fast. So yeah, the other one would kind of stay with you. I could move around and you didn't just lose your voice. But this one, if you don't stay right on the end of it, you kind of lose it. But I like that because you guys can't hear the damn train so much going by. BTW, by the way, 19 degrees here and dropping. Oh man, Rich Kemple says it is 19 degrees in Wisconsin. Van In, Brian says, change to directional mount killed most of the train noise. Awesome, Brian. Thank you, buddy. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Cost me a fortune, but it looks like it was money well spent. So as long as it works, I don't mind spending it. Brian Knoll says, Yawner, can't we stop talking? Can't we stop talking doo-doo? I don't know, Brian. Not in the van life. That's what everybody wants to talk about continuously. It's it's the last thing I want to talk about, but that people always have that question, so I try to give my input on it. Tasha Teeling says, I got AIDS from using a public toilet. Never again. Oof. I don't even think that's possible, Tasha. I think you're trolling us. Prolific Invention says, do you or anyone you know utilize Chinese diesel heaters, aka parking heaters? Yes. So back to my good friend Jared, that I did his van tour, which is his ambulance. He's Earth Medic on Instagram. He shows you in the van tour I did him how he installed a really quick recap of how he installed the diesel heater in his rig. And he was the first person that I saw that had ordered and utilized one of the Chinese diesel heaters. I mean, you have the more expensive ones that are like $400 or $500 and up. And he actually ordered and gambled on one of the cheap Chinese ones when they very first come out. And it works very well for him. He says it's the only way to go. Now, for those of you who don't know, my Snap-on truck actually came with a furnace. It's got the full, just like an RV, and it's got a 20-gallon propane tank. Now the furnace isn't working. I think I can't remember what it is. I think I figured out what's wrong with it, but my furnace isn't working, and I'm hoping to get with somebody. My buddies Tom and Lori. I'm hoping to get with Tom from Tom and Lori's RV Life, and I think Tom had the same problem with their fifth wheel with his propane furnace. And so I think I'm going to get him to help me pull my propane furnace out when I get to the RTR or the PartyR, and see if we can get my furnace working. But I do love the diesel heaters, and I think the diesel heater is really the way to go. The only apprehension that anybody has about the diesel heater is the simple fact you have to cut a hole in your rig about yay big, like a 2.5, 3-inch hole in your rig to install the diesel heater. And I'm not all about cutting holes in my rig, so I'll probably stay with my built-in propane heater for the foreseeable future if I can get it working. If I can't get my propane heater working, or if there's something really bad wrong with it, I will probably pull it out and go to a diesel heater. The diesel heater is so much more efficient. And my truck being a diesel, instead of having the tank that comes with those diesel heaters, I could actually use the pump and run a line, tap a line directly off my diesel line, and just, and those diesel heaters just sip fuel. I mean, they sip fuel. Like a propane heater uses a lot of propane. Those diesel heaters uses very, very little diesel. So they're really the way to go. I mean, there's a lot of videos out there on YouTube now how to install them. So if you're really looking for something, now I like I love the little Cub wood burning stove, but then you got to find wood, and it's, you're going to get diesel. You can go by a station anytime and get diesel. But if you have a diesel rig like I do, I think it's absolutely the way to go. Brian from Van In says, but keep bucket for emergencies. Freedom Dove, I think those expensive composting toilets are worthless for nomads. They are literally throwing away the brown material instead of finishing it out somewhere and actually composting. Yes, you're exactly right, Freedom Dove. You're exactly right. Nobody lets it compost and go into the full-on composition state. Basically what they do is their toilet fills up, and then when it's too full, they have to empty it. So it hasn't gotten to the composting stage yet, and they usually take it out. And the dirty little van life secret is they just throw it in a dumpster. It's what a little birdie told me anyway. But I would almost bet you out of pocket, I would make a bet with you. I'd bet you $100 that 9 out of 10, at least 7 out of 10 van lifers that have one of those expensive $1,000 composting toilets, when they have to empty it, I bet you they're not emptying it into somebody's flower bed or, around somebody's hedges. I bet you they're pulling it out and putting it in a plastic bag and then finding the nearest dumpster or throwing it in their trash and then just throwing it in a dumpster. Jim Brooks, let's see. Brian, no, I can do a diagnostics on your furnace too. Hey, Brian, I would love that. I think it's the little, there's a little switch, and I think that switch is not making contact. That's in the back of the heater. I can't think that if you look up my propane heater's not working or furnace for RVs, everybody refers to this little switch that's in the back that either gets stuck or something and doesn't make contact, so it doesn't let it come on. Now my fan comes on fine. The fan comes on, it runs, but it just doesn't light. It doesn't let the it could be the what is the other thing that keeps the gas from flowing? The valve, I guess. Jim Brooks says, Rav, do you still ride around on your motorbike? Haven't seen you riding on it in a while. Jim Brooks, if I didn't screw up my camera, when I get the ATEM Mini, when I get this little piece of equipment running here, and you have the wide angle that's behind me, Jim Brooks, you will be able to see my gas bike because it is basically furniture. It is sitting right here. I'm looking at it right now. It's sitting right here in the floor of my office, and it's been sitting here for 5-6 months now. Yeah, it's been in my office for a while. It's basically just a cool thing that people look at when they come into my office. They're like, oh, wow, that's cool because it looks like a motorcycle. But no, I don't ride the gas bike anymore. I've only got my electric bike in my truck. But I'm actually thinking about bringing the gas bike to RTR. So I may load it up and bring it to RTR. And I may sell it if somebody wants to buy it because I don't ever ride it. I could just soon use the cash for it. It's a cool bike. It's fast, but it takes up a lot of room. It's really heavy. It's really cumbersome to get in and out of my truck. And the electric bike is just so efficient compared to the motorbike. Freedom Dove says it's cheaper to get a bucket system since they're also throwing away their waste. Save yourself $1,000. Yeah, you're basically doing the exact same thing, Freedom Dove. I mean, for those of you that don't understand the composting toilet thing, the composting toilet, yeah, it's a composting toilet, but in reality, all it is a $1,000 bucket because it's doing the exact same thing as a bucket is doing. Nobody will say that. I just said it. If you buy $1,000 Nature Head, it's nothing more than a bucket. It's doing the same thing, except it has a separator for the liquids and the waste. It separates things, but you can get a bucket and make the exact same thing for $50. Order a urine separator and then, in a bucket, and then get a toilet, whatever toilet seat you want for your bucket. And you've basically got, and then you can get like a little computer fan, run a hose from the bucket, drill a hole in the bucket, run the hose from the fan, and you're set. And go on Amazon, and on Amazon, they have the biodegradable bags, and they're actually for the buckets. You can find the bucket on Amazon, a toilet bucket, camping bucket. They say they're for camping or whatever, but it is nothing more than a 5-gallon bucket like you get at Home Depot with a toilet seat, some sort of toilet seat built onto it. And you can order the bags that come with it, and they're the biodegradable bags that are friendly for the composting. So you're basically, I agree with Freedom Dove. Freedom Dove, I agree with you 100%. You're wasting your money on $1,000 composting toilet. But with that being said, I'm probably going to get the airhead for my truck. I'm going to get the airhead for my truck, or I'm going to build a composting toilet when I build the shower, because I don't want the toilet. I want them to be together probably. I don't want to use a whole lot of room in my truck. I want a nice full-size shower. I want a decent sized shower in my truck. But I don't want all of that stuff, taking up tons and tons of room. So, yeah. Brett Lance says, I'm retired private investigator. I'm a big guy, 6'4", 290 pounds, a big bucket. No, don't work for me. Have a big cooler and trash bag with a toilet top. My old surveillance van. Okay, Brett, that is a very, very good point. Yeah. If you're 6'4", 290 pounds, a bucket is probably not going to work for anyone that size. You're a big boy, so yeah. So you used a cooler. So you used like a igloo. I'm taking it like a big water cooler with like the spout, like the city workers use that they carry around on the side of their city trucks and stuff. Freedom Dove says, oh boy, my internet really sucks tonight. I'm going to have to watch this on replay. Sorry, Rav. You'll all have a great night. No worries, Freedom Dove. Thank you so much for stopping in. I love seeing you. Amy Preston, I agree with Freedom Dove bucket system. I used it for years camping off of my motorcycle. Where the hell did you carry a bucket on your motorcycle? Amy Preston. Gosh, I'm way behind. My chat is not auto scrolling. I don't know what the deal is. Good night, Freedom Dove. Line screw. Composting toilets and cassette toilets aren't for North American campers. They suck. I hated my cassette toilet in New Zealand. What do you suggest, line screw? I would imagine I know what you suggest. You suggest a regular water toilet that's running into a black tank like you have on an RV. And that's definitely an option. And they're not that expensive. You can get like a regular RV toilet and a black tank. You just have to, crawl up underneath your rig and, attach the black tank somewhere. And then, put the toilet above it and drill a hole and, run the pipe down through into the black tank and, make sure you have a valve to dump the black tank and you're good. Oh, and you have to run a pump, with fresh water to it. So, a lot of people don't want to do that in their self-build rigs and their own conversions. And that's why you see so many composting toilets, because they don't want to go through all of that. But if you're buying an RV comes with that. My old RV has a regular RV toilet in it, and it's works great. You just got to dump your tanks. And that was probably, one of the best ways of doing it. Let's see. Prolific invention. I have built over 100 gasoline and electric bikes. I prefer 1,000-watt brushed hub motors paired with a cheap Chinese PMW speed controller and lithium iron phosphate 48-volt 20-amp-hour batteries. Yep, I really do. I agree with you 100%. Prolific invention. The gas bikes are cool. They look cool. They're a pain in the butt to mess with. The electric bike, you just charge it up and it goes. Like I have my electric bike is in my truck right now, and it's the foldable collapsible 20-incher with the big fat wheels. But it's collapsed in my truck right now, and I rode it around Van Build, and I rode it at the Boondockers Bash, and I rode it around town a couple of times. I rode it around Parker to the Walmart when I was parked down from the Walmart. But I haven't charged it since, and it's still got half the battery. It's been November, and I haven't charged it since November. I haven't charged it since before I was going to Van Build. So Van Build was the 1st of November. That's the last time I charged it. Now, with that being said, I'm going to be bringing it into my office probably tomorrow, and I'll stick it on the charger. So when I get ready to leave Saturday morning to RTR or to PartyR, it'll be charged again. And just so you guys know, if anybody's going to be at the RTR or anybody's going to be at the PartyR, that is where I'm headed. I'm headed to the PartyR at Skadden Wash. So they are kind of, they're kind of separating the two events with the PartyR at Skadden Wash and the RTR at the fairgrounds in Parker. And I can't remember what the hell the name of the fairgrounds are in Parker. Somebody will have to help me out. We got 27 people in the room. We just had 30, but we lost 3. We got 30 thumbs up. I appreciate that. And Nomad and Broken says, my bikes are gears only. LOL. JB. Hey, JB. Good to see you, buddy. JBK. JB-K. Space K. Gone boondocking. The Hour Shower dude demoed the Sunmar GTG composting toilet on his channel. It seems like it's built like a tank. JBK, I will have to check that out, buddy, because I have not seen that one. That's a new one on me. Let me scroll back up. I like to see what Mr. Brian Knoll has to say. He says there are a lot of variables. I plan to be in your area next August, September, and I'll be more than happy to stop by and work on some upgrades to your rig. Mr. Brian Knoll, you would absolutely not know how much that would be appreciated. I mean, I have to build my entire rig out. I've built my office. My office has really come together like I wanted it to. And that's the main reason I decided to go to my own rig instead of an RV, is because that's what I found that I missed the most about having a house, was having an office. And last year at RTR, I actually finally got to meet my internet friend, or my YouTube friend, Mr. Paul Barger, who is, most of you know, is the bread trucker on YouTube. And I've spent a lot of time hanging out with him in his bread truck at RTR last year on Step Van Row, and he had an office. So he had his computer and everything. He had a regular PC with a regular flat screen monitor for his editing and stuff. And in my RV, I was always on my freaking, this thing right here. This thing right here. This is what I would have on my dinette table to do my YouTube editing. And I absolutely despise editing videos on one of these. I just absolutely hate it. Now I do it on, I do it here in my office because I hook it up to my 34-inch curved LG screen that I just got about a month ago. And I hook it up to that and I'll edit that way. But I just downloaded, I've been using Final Cut Pro forever, but now I'm getting back into PCs. So I just bought an Alienware PC that I actually bought for the Snap-on truck. That's why I'm trying to get all of the solar, because this PC right here is going in the Snap-on truck. And then I have another Dell server down here, which is a PC that will be staying in my office. I just got to get an upgraded GTX graphics card for it. But this computer right here that I'm actually using right now to stream this PC, it was bought for my Snap-on truck. It's an X51R3, which is the small. It's really small. It's actually got its own carrying case, like a freaking like a laptop. It's bigger than a laptop, but it's really small. It's called a small form PC. And it's got a GTX 970 graphics card, so I can play games. I can do whatever I want to. And then I also have I have an Xbox One S in my truck. Let's see. But this actual screen here that I'm looking at, all of this stuff, I bought it for my truck, even though I'm using it in my office. But this was my idea, had to have all of this stuff for my truck at some point, and the solar to run all of it. So that's why I want 1700 watts of solar. Amy Preston says, I'm small, use the bucket, fit inside my big saddlebags. Okay, I got you, Amy. So you didn't use a 5-gallon bucket then. You just had a smaller bucket. JBK gone boondocking. The Hour Shower dude demoed. I already read that. Why is my chat's not scrolling tonight? That's weird. It's just staying stuck. It's not moving. Oh, there it moved. So Prolific Invention says, Tasha Teeling, sell that gas bike and get an electric kit. It'll change your life. It's like a silent motorcycle and it's stealth. No one knows. Yes, I do love the electric bike. Brett Lance, yeah, it's really cheaper, a big cooler versus $1,000 fancy toilet inside the van. I totally agree with that. Tasha Teeling says it's a gas mini bike, just like back in the day. I love it, but got to work on it. I mountain bike as well, so electric is controversial in that community. Yeah, totally get that. Yeah, I had a mini bike. I started out when I was 6 years old on a Honda 50cc with the big fat tires with the steel wheels. And then when I got to be, probably in second grade, I was probably 8, 9. I got a Honda 75 trail bike that was like a dirt bike, but it had the freaking headlight and the tail light on it. And I was riding it like a dirt bike. So I tore the lights off of it. So then finally, my dad got me a Honda CR80 when I was about 10. And that thing was a monster. You could get a CR80 or an XR80, and the CR80 was a beast. Rick Kimple says, man, the idea of floor radiant heat, hot water for a shower has my head firing on. Oh, Rich, that's me and you both, buddy. And it's coming. It's going to be here really soon. So for those of you that do not know, the radiant heat is when you, so I know Chris Travels was talking about this on his last video with the off-grid schoolie. He's got radiant heat in the floor of his bus. It's not working, but his is hooked up to his radiator. So it's like the radiator, it goes all the way through the tubing that's in the floor. And then they have the new circulating shower where you use like just a gallon of water and it just filters and you just keep using it so you can take a shower basically as long as you want. So those things are coming. I know Jared Toshi, never can say his name right. Jared Tocci. He's a comedian here in LA, and he just did a new van build on his new Sprinter, a 2019 Sprinter, and he put the radiant floor heating in, I believe, and he also did the recirculating shower. He's thinking about doing the recirculating shower. He calls his van Ghost Van, and he knows all of those guys that do that recirculating shower. And that is really something that's going to change the game. When the recirculating shower, when you can get a kit and install one of those in your rig, and I'm waiting on it. That's kind of why I haven't really run out and, built a shower right away, because if I can get one of those recirculating showers that has the black light or whatever it is as a filter, just somebody will have to help me out, because I've watched a couple of videos on those recirculating showers, but I am far from an expert. Justin Tate says gay. Okay. Linda Barker, Nomad Unbroken says, Linda Barker, hide kitchen as always, but yeah, Paul's bed is where his computer was. Yeah, Paul completely changed up his step van. He got a girlfriend, and so that makes things a little bit different. So he's basically made it like everybody's regular van now. They have a big window in the back. He took the door out, and they have a big window in the back, and they have like a big queen size bed in the back that takes up the entire back of the truck. But used to, in the back of his truck, he had an office in the back. And I can tell you, with my truck, girlfriend or no girlfriend, my truck will always have an office. She may have to sleep on the damn floor, but my truck will have an office, or she'll have to sleep on the roof. Benson Speed Shop. Hey, what's up, Benson Speed Shop? One of my friends has been doing the gas engine bike conversions for a while. He has several that will run nearly 50 miles an hour. Benson, I'm not sure if you know this, buddy, but mine will do 45 miles an hour. And it's really hard on them to go that fast, but mine will top out at about 45, 47 miles per hour. But the guy that I bought it from, he's got gas bikes that he runs nitrous on, and those things will run 65 or 70. He got a ticket doing 70 miles an hour. And he's an old guy. He's like 60 something years old. But in the city that he lives in, he cannot, he can't even ride his gas bikes now, because the city's making him get a motorcycle license and insurance and motorcycle license, insurance. What else do you have to have? Tags, registration. He's got to do everything to register his gas bikes because they clocked him doing like nearly 70 miles an hour. Prolific Invention says, no, it's BS. They'd have no problem with a competitive mountain biker racing their butt off, and an electric bike is less than a horsepower usually. Brian Knoll says, gotcha, Rab. I specialize in installing plumbing and sewage issues and heating issues. If I can give you a hand there, I'd be more than happy to contribute. Man, I'd really appreciate that, Brian. I used to be back in another lifetime when I was married and lived in Dallas. I was a refrigeration tech for many years. I used to do commercial and industrial refrigeration. I used to go out and work on the ice plant out at Sky Chefs at DFW Airport, which had a 20-foot ammonium evaporator that ran on ammonia. And that system, I think it would do, if I remember right, I think it would put out 25,000 pounds of ice per 24 hours. And so their ice bin was about, the ice bin to catch that ice was, I think it was probably about 15 foot tall, and it was about 15 foot long by probably 15 foot. Yeah, it was like the size of a room. And that's where all the ice went. So sometimes I'd go out there, I'd get a call out there, and like this time of night, because the ice plant would be down. And was this no, it's Metro. I thought it was a freight train. And so I'd have to go out there, and I'd get out there, and their bin would be full of ice. And I'd tell them, well, you're just going to have to shut it down, and you'll have to we're going to have to move all the ice out before I can get in there and work on the conveyor. I don't miss those days. Let's see if this is scrolling. No, it's not. Seattle Judy. Hello. Hope you are all well. Hey, Seattle Judy. Welcome to the room. Good to see you, Seattle Judy. How's the weather in Seattle? Is it raining tonight? Because it's always raining in Seattle. We got 27 people still in the room, guys. We got 34 thumbs up. If you haven't hit that thumbs up yet, guys, if you'd do me that favor, I'd totally appreciate it. But it's not mandatory. If you're enjoying the stream, if you're not, don't worry about it. Rich Kimple says there's a company in Milwaukee making an electric bike called the Cheetah Bike. Cheetah Bike gas bike 49cc. Now what? There's a company in Milwaukee making an electric bike called the Cheetah Bike gas 49cc. My gas bike is a 66cc, Rich. But yeah, I think most of them are 49cc. I think the ones like if you order like the little China kit off eBay, I think most of those are 49cc. Seattle Judy says snow. Ooh, it's snowing in Seattle? I didn't know it snowed up there that much. You guys are pretty West Coast in Seattle. I've been to every city in the United States, multiple occasions, just about. I'm talking about New York City, from any city, but the two major cities that I've never been to in the United States, and I've never been to the States either, is Seattle, Washington. I've never been to Washington State, and I've never been to Portland, Oregon, and I've never been to Oregon. I've never been to Hawaii, and I've never been to Alaska. Every other state in the United States, I've been all over them, everywhere. I used to live up in New York back in the day. I had a flat up there in Astoria Heights. If anybody's familiar with New York City, Astoria Heights is actually in Queens, but it's a neighborhood in Queens called Astoria Heights. I used to get on the N train, which most people call the subway. I used to take the N train into Manhattan every morning and get off right there at Central Park. Nomad Unbroken says, I've been following Paul Barker since I know under 400 subscribers. He introduced me to Rav and a lot of other people. Yes, Paul Barker, he is a great guy. He's my best Nomad friend. Brian Knoll says, I'm not sure I'm that good. Well, Brian, the funny thing is, buddy, is I don't even freaking remember half the stuff I used to do. Like I was telling one of my best friends, Noah, who's half my age. He's young enough to be my kid, but he's a really smart guy. And I was telling him it's so weird because that little heater that's in my truck, I used to work on stuff that was commercial heating, like package units on top of Phoenix stations and on top of Exxons. And I used to work on, blast freezers. I used to work on walk-ins at like the convenience stores and stuff like that. And I can't even fix the little tiny freaking heater in my truck. I don't even know. I've lost all of that in the last years that I don't do stuff like that anymore. Line Screw 1 says Seattle has the same weather as Vancouver. They're very close. Okay, Line Screw 1. That makes sense. But Vancouver is very west coast as well, though, right? But just way up north. Like 1,000 miles up north, right? I wonder how far Vancouver is from LA. But I think Vancouver is kind of like right directly north of LA. But with that being said, San Francisco is directly north of LA as well. And the weather between San Francisco and LA is two completely different animals. That's why I could never live in San Francisco. The weather freaking sucks. Seattle Judy said you should come here. Yes, I do plan on it, Judy. Just so you know, I just turned 50 years old last year on December 14th. And I actually, on my bucket list, I had been to 46, all of the states that I mentioned, except for 4, when I was 30 years old. So when I was 30 years old, my bucket list was to make it to all the 50 states. And I thought I'd have that knocked out by the time I was 34, 35 years old, because I only had 4 left to go when I was 30. Now, 20 years later, I still have those same 4 to go. So it's on my list this year to make it to Oregon and Washington, since they're literally directly north of me. So as soon as my Snap-on truck is built out to a point where I want to be on the road on it, I plan on making a beeline up to Washington and going to Seattle, and then moving over and going to Portland, Oregon, because they're 2 states I've never been to, and getting those off of my bucket list. And then hopefully within the next 2 or 3 years, I will have my Snap-on truck built out to a point where all the 1,700 watts of solar is on it, the bathroom, everything is the kitchen, everything is built out. And I actually want to take it up to Alaska and drive up to Alaska and do that. And then at some point, I plan on just hopping on a plane and heading over to Hawaii. Or I'm even thinking about looking for somebody that has a sailboat that's going to be sailing from Los Angeles here and making that trek, which I think it takes about a month. If I've watched that on YouTube, but I think it takes about a month to get there from here in California to Hawaii. But I want to sail over there. But if that doesn't work, I may just hop on a plane and just bounce over there for a weekend, and then that will knock all of the 50 states off of my list. Let's see. Line Screw 1 says Vancouver's a 2-hour drive from Seattle. The funny thing about it is, Line Screw, my beautiful co-worker, she's actually my boss, but she doesn't seem like my boss. But she owns the company here that I work at. She's our CEO, and she was in Vancouver for Christmas. No, I'm sorry, for New Year's. She was in Vancouver for New Year's, and she brought me back this cup, and that's what it says, is Vancouver. And she also brought me, let's see if I can find it, because she knows I like stickers. I love stickers, as a lot of us nomads do. So she asked me what I wanted, and I told her all I really wanted was a sticker. So she got me a Vancouver sticker and a Vancouver cup. And I thought the Vancouver cup was cool because the handle, as you can see, most of you can see, it's a Caribbean. For those of us that has done mountain climbing, that's kind of cool. Ronnie Rowe, what is up, brother? Finally made it for the live stream. Good to see you, Rav. Good to see you, Ronnie Rowe. Gonna call you R&R, dude. Ronnie Rowe in the house. We got Frida Travels back. Afternoon Rav, light showers in Brisbane. Hey, buddy, it's good to hear you getting some rain over there, guy. How's things going with the fires? I can't remember. We just thought we discussed this before. I'm not sure if the fire you're even close to the fires. But if you guys are getting some rain down under, that's really good news. Hopefully, it's where the fires are and it's helping the firemen put some of the fires out. I was watching just a couple of days ago. All of our expert firefighters here, because we have such bad fires, and they're all flying over to Australia. We have so many of our firefighters that are headed to Australia right now to help you guys fight your fires. Let's see. Rich Kimple says Hawaii was okay. Island fever, though. Yeah. To be honest with you, I really have no desire to go to Hawaii. I mean, I live in California. The beach is right here. I go to the beach. I can't remember the last time I've been to the beach, but I just want to go to Hawaii just to say I did. And I want to take the helicopter around and, do those kind of things. Be a tourist, quote, air quote, tourist, and just mark it off my bucket list. But one reason I've never been to Hawaii is because I really don't have, I've been all over the world. Like in 2012, I was in 10 or 15 countries that one year. But I was working on a movie called Savages that came out in 2012 that was directed by Oliver Stone, and I did the world media tour with all of the cast and the director. So we were all over. We flew to 10 different countries, just us. Let's see. Richard Kimple, speaking of van life, since we're all here, Van City van life is not digging the snow. Vancouver has got the last couple of days. Oh, I haven't seen his videos. I watched one when he discovered the camp that had been trashed when he was up traveling away from Vancouver, like up in the wilderness up there. But yeah, I mean, but he's a Canadian. So, I mean, Line Screw One, he's a Canadian as well. So you guys, you should pretty much be accustomed to the snow, I would think, because I know you get a lot of it there in the freaking winter. Mr. Brian Knoll says, by the way, I lost my son in 1986. I think about him daily and understand. Brian, my condolences there, buddy. You and I, we belong to a club that most people don't belong to, but it's a cursed club that my heart goes out to anyone that is in our club. Yeah, and 86, it just it's something that's something that never goes away. You just they say time heals all wounds, and it really doesn't. You just learn to live with it better in that instance. Free to travel, 700 miles south of me. 2 of 4 firefighting planes arrived so far. Okay. That's a long way, so it's good to hear you're not even close to the fires. That's exactly what I get here in LA. I get every time we have fires, I get people texting me like, are you okay? I get family in Texas and people texting me like, oh my God, I'm watching the fires on the news. Are you okay? Where are you? Where are you staying in your truck? And blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that's why I'm mobile. And the fires were really close. The smoke was bad. All of downtown was covered in smoke. And I got in my Snap-on truck and I drove all the way down to the OC. I'm way down here now. There's no fire, no smoke or anything here down where I'm at. That's what I did the last time that the fires were burning up Malibu and all the celebrities were losing their homes. Amy Preston says, sorry for your loss, Brian. No. Nomad Unbroken says, the Magnum PI a helicopter. Yes, I want to do exactly that, Mr. Nomad Unbroken. Mr. Brooks, Jim Brooks says, Rav, do you have plans to get stickers made for you? You know what, Mr. Brooks? I'm gonna make a confession here to the entire room. When I was starting this Nomad News thing, my whole idea was to do like a whole merch giveaway thing and do t-shirts because I work at a t-shirt company. And I had all of these grandiose plans of doing all of this stuff. And Mr. Jim Brooks there, and then my other friend, Captain Jack, both of those guys, I promised them merchandise, and I have yet to get the merchandise to either one of those guys. And Mr. Brooks is one. He got 2 t-shirts, and I was getting all of their emails were going to my spam folder. I wasn't getting people's emails. And, but I found those emails, Mr. Brooks, because that was one of my New Year's resolutions as well, is to actually get your emails and find them and put them in a folder by themselves so I could find them and get your shipping information and get your shirts out to you. So that's going to happen. It's on my agenda. I've got it written down, Mr. Brooks. You will get those shirts. And at some point, I do plan on doing stickers and T-shirts and everything, but I'm not myself, even though I work here at a T-shirt company, and we ship out thousands and thousands of shirts. I'm not going to take it on myself to have to add that to my plate because I already have so much on my plate. And I'm not going to add that to my plate. So if I do stickers and I do merch, it will be like with Teespring, which is so funny. I say Teespring because we used to do all of Teespring shirts. We've got all of their packaging back there in the shipping department, all of their Teespring packaging when we severed ways with Teespring. But what I will be doing is I will probably be doing Teespring because I need somebody that can drop ship the stuff because I don't have time to be packaging stuff up and shipping it out. And then I get busy and I forget about it. And I'm like, I'll do it tomorrow. And I don't do it the next day and it gets pushed and it gets pushed and it gets pushed. And then here I am apologizing for never getting people the merchandise that I promised them, which makes me look like a real dickhead. Travman, thanks, buddy. I got hit with another super chat there. So Matilda, you had a good run, but we're going to be Mr. Travman. You're amazing. You always hit me with super chat after super chat through the whole thing, through the whole my whole stream. And so we've changed the scroller at the bottom there. Does that scroller drive you guys crazy? You guys even notice it? Switch path by Amy Preston, 3 blue hearts. Ronnie Rowe, I have to get back to work. Hope you have a good night, bro. Hey, thanks so much for stopping in, Ronnie. You're probably already gone. I probably missed you. Thanks so much, buddy, for stopping in. It's great seeing you. Travman, there's your sticker. Nomad and Brooker, that's amazing, dude. Free to travel, no. Okay, I missed something here. I got behind on the chat. So we got 35 thumbs up in the room. Travman just hit me with another super chat, which I really, really, truly appreciate. So he gets his time in the ticker down below. Travman, I do that with all live streams that are interesting to me. Don't really notice it. Too busy reading live chat. Hey, I appreciate that, Travman. I really do totally appreciate that. So Seattle Judy, my sister and her family live in Malibu. I hope to visit in the spring. You know, Seattle Judy, when the fires were going on, a lot of the celebrities up in Malibu, I know Gerard Butler lost his house. I've already talked about this. Every time my Australian friends come into the live chat, we start talking about this because they're having the fires in Australia. But Gerard Butler lost his house. Who else lost their house? I'm trying to think. Miley Cyrus lost her house. Yeah, a lot of the celebrities lost their house in Malibu. But Malibu is very, very nice, Seattle Judy, if you haven't been there. Have you been there? Have you been there yet, Seattle Judy? Look at who we have in the room. My best friend. So you guys, my actual best friend in the whole world just entered the room, and that is Mr. Noah Sargent. And you'll see him there with Hacking Hollywood. What's going on, Noah? Good to see you, buddy. How's things going in the OC down there tonight? Oh, we got Gus in a bus just entered the room. What's going on, Gus? Are you out at, you should be out at Scad and Wash, or you should be out at RTR or the PartyR. Where are you, Gus? Just dropping in from Arizona Desert Campsite. Yes, sir, Mr. Gus in the bus. So for you guys that don't know, if you haven't ever been to the RTR, I met Gus last year at the RTR, and everybody saw Gus's bus because this freaking guy had the ingenious plan. And what I should have done, he parked his bus right in the entrance of the PartyR, I believe, if I remember right. You might have been over there on the other side of where Hobotech. I think that's actually where you were. But he was right at the entrance of the RTR, and he made this big homemade sign with his YouTube channel on it. And I can't remember how many subscribers did you get, Gus? You must have got at least 1,000, 1,500 subscribers from RTR last year with your sign in front of your bus. And he's from Canada. Mr. Gus in a bus is from Canada. Mr. Noah Sargent with Hacking Hollywood said, "Hey man, it's going well." So I tried to get this thing up, Mr. Noah, and I just didn't. I've got it right here. So I didn't get it up yet, but I'm getting close. I'd planned on having it up so I could use it tonight. I got all the camera. I got my other camera up and I had it set up and everything, but I ran out of time. Travman, the habitats for kangaroos are in jeopardy in Australia, close to extinction. Yeah, they're having a lot of, I mean, the fires are pretty heartbreaking. I've looked at all the livestock that's been burned, and you know, it's no words for how bad it is, but hopefully they'll get some rain soon. Gus in a bus says Hobotech camp bear the, yeah, okay, at the PartyR, by the PartyR. Yeah, you were by the Hobotech camp. That's right. Where are you back there tonight, Gus in a bus? Is that where you're at, by the Hobotech camp? You're back in the same spot? What does it look like out there, buddy? Is there, I'm taking it there's probably already a lot of people there, it seems like, at the PartyR location. Yeah, Mr. Brooks, you're up there. Where are you at, Mr. Brooks? You're up by San Bernardino or Pasadena. You're up north, I remember. I need to come by there and have a beer. Gus in the bus, I got 1,000 subs in 2 weeks at RTR last year. Dude, that is amazing, Gus. Good for you, buddy. I think I got probably about 400 or 500, and I didn't have my rig parked out there with a sign on it, but I should have. But I think I'm going to do really well this year at RTR because my truck is a step van, which most of you know, it's a snap-on step van. So it will be parked in the step van row. Mr. Paul Barger has already set up a step van row out there for us. So I think, you know, those that were at RTR last year know that the step vans were like the key attraction last year at RTR. So I'm hoping we'll have the same luck this year. I'd love to get a few YouTube subscribers, new ones. Gus in the bus says, I'm just down the road from Hobotech. Gotcha, Gus in the bus. Tasha Teeling, did they ever gun down all those camels? Craziness. Yes, they did, Tasha Teeling, 10,000 of them. Supposedly is what I heard were the numbers. They gunned them down from helicopters. That's in Australia, for you guys don't know what Tasha's talking about. They have a camel problem. Feral camels. I don't know what the hell you call them, but they have a camel problem of camels because camels aren't from Australia, but they have all these wild camels that are drinking too much water, and with the fires and stuff, they were really taxing the resources for water. So Australia, they do a culling, I guess, every year. And what most people don't know is the culling this year, they decided to cull 10,000, and all the animal rights activists are throwing a fit. But last year they culled 100,000, but they have something like 3 million camels or something like that, which that was news to me. Carrots dropped from helicopters for food. Free to Travel says, showers in Melbourne today. Well, that's good to hear, Free to Travel. Glad you guys are getting some showers, because that's exactly what you need to help the firefighters that are working on putting out the fires. Hacking Hollywood, Mr. Noah says, dang, okay, we'll figure it out on the way, one way or another. I went to a great entrepreneurial meeting this morning. I'm going to hire a business consultant for corporate streams. Lots to talk about. Looking forward to it, buddy. That sounds very, very interesting. So Serena and I spent the day yesterday, Noah, out in El Monte we were late out there, and so we missed the realtor to look at that new warehouse office space, but we're going to meet her at 2 p.m. tomorrow to look at that new office space. And I really, really hope we get it. It's twice as much as the place we're paying for now, but it's really big, and there's I think it's a 16-foot door or 17-foot door, roll-up door. So I can literally pull my Snap-on truck in and park my truck inside the warehouse at night. How amazing will that be? Oh man, my fingers are crossed that we get this new place. I'd literally be able to live in my truck inside the warehouse. And that's kind of a dream for me. And it's a 3,000 square foot warehouse. And I'll be able to set up a photography studio. This stuff will all move, and I'll have a big office over there. The office will be like 2 or 3 times as big as my office here. And we'll be building a full photography studio for doing photography for our clothing lines that we have 2 new clothing lines that we're launching. And so, yeah, should be good. Driving home. Hey, what's up, driving home? I will try to find you tomorrow. I'm just down the road from Gus. I won't be there till Saturday driving home, and it'll probably be late Saturday night because I have to go through Joshua Tree and pick up 2 batteries. But look for me at Skadden Wash. Look for me at Step Van Row. Look for the Step Van Row. Look for Paul Barger, the bread trucker. Look for Paul Barger, the bread trucker. And once you find Paul, you will be finding me as soon as I arrive, because I will be with the other step vans. How do I sound, Noah, if you're still in the room? How's this mic sounding, Noah? My buddy Noah Sargent there with Hacking Hollywood. The guy he's a tech genius when it comes to especially live streaming. He's got like a $30,000 rack that he just got finished putting together with all the equipment and everything. He actually built the rack himself. It's a rack cart it's all of this equipment that's on a cart. And if he would have bought the cart probably would have cost him, I would imagine, probably about 15 grand. And he literally built the cart. Him and my friend, Justin, they actually welded the cart and built the cart from scratch. And it came out absolutely amazing. And one thing I'm going to do, guys, is on this software that I have is I should be able to like show you guys images. So it's going to be something I'm going to try in the future. I don't have any images loaded, but I should be able to load images to this. So if I want to show you guys something or something like that. So that's going to be coming up in the future. I need to do a few test runs of that. There's a bunch of little toys in this thing though. Let's see what this does. Let's see if it'll work. I don't know if it'll work because I have the scrolling going on. I think you have to do these one at a time. Yeah, looks like it. Let's see. Let's see if this works. This should work, I think. Yeah, there we go. How's that? See you guys. You're in my side. I'm in the side view mirror. And let's go to Times Square. And we're in Times Square. Great success. What the? Okay. And now we're in Barcelona. And now we're at the art gallery. And we're back. Oh yeah. Way too much time on my hands here. Anyway, there's these little cold, but it doesn't work. I tested all this out and it doesn't work with the ticker going on. You got to remove the ticker for this other thing to work. So anyway, guys, we got 25 people in the room. We got 36 thumbs up. If you haven't hit that thumbs up button, I would really appreciate it if you did. We don't make any money off the thumbs up, but it just helps YouTube. It helps us in the algorithm to know that people enjoyed the stream. Brian Knoll, let's see. Let me go back up. Jim Brooks, you're in San Bernardino, Jim. Yes. Driving home, I will try to find Ninth Element. Gus in the bus. Take a silent film of the PartyR. This is missing film. Rich Kemp said, wow, that's cool. Your boss supports you doing that. Yes. Brian Knowles says that, Rav, I'd really like to hang out with you when I come out that way. I'd really like to collaborate on a project with you. Hey, buddy, hit me up at, you can email me at nomadnewstv@gmail.com. Now, everybody that was emailing me that wanted to buy my RV, or if they wanted me, whatever, it was all going into a spam filter. And I finally got that, I got that situated now, so everything's not going into the spam filter, and I'm actually getting notifications now when people email me. I didn't know anybody was emailing me on Nomad News TV. I just thought like, oh, well, I guess nobody's really interested in anything I got to say. And then I found all these dormant emails in the spam filter on Nomad News TV, and I never got any notifications when anybody emailed me to that email address. It was very frustrating when I found that out. So yeah, you can email me, Brian Knoll. Email me at at nomadnewstv@gmail.com. Free to travel, so we're guinea pigs. Oof. Kids with a new toy. Yes, you guys are guinea pigs. Yes, I'm a kid with a new toy. There was one that I really wanted to use, but like I said, I can't use it. I'd have to remove the ticker. We're going to remove your ticker, Trav, man. Let's see if I can find it. It's been a while now. Well, there it is. Text overlay. And so we remove the ticker. And then I got to remove the image overlay. And now we're going to try something different. See if I can get it to work. It may not work, but we're going to try it and see. Let's see. Try this one. Sometimes this thing works and sometimes it doesn't. It's kind of like a Snapchat filter, but yeah, it's not working. I got it working the other night, but it's not working now. Oh, well. I thought removing the ticker, it would work. Anyway, let's that was a waste of time. But yes, you guys are the guinea pigs. So I appreciate it, Free to Travel, that you realize that. Jim Brooks, Rav, got to go. Glad I saw your live stream. Do me a favor. When you get to the RTR, say hi to Dave from Dave's RV Live for me. Hey, I will do that, Mr. Brooks. Thank you so much for stopping in, buddy. It was great seeing you. One of my longtime subscribers there, Mr. Brooks, I believe he was subscribed to my channel back when it was Vagabond Days, when nobody paid any attention to it or watched it. Driving home says sounds good. And Nomad and Broken says, please like that, hit that subscribe button, smash that, or the thumbs up button. I appreciate that, guys. Now we got 42 thumbs up. Thank you, guys. I gave you 3 more thumbs up. Thanks, Tasha Teeling. Appreciate that. Hacking Hollywood says, I'm still here. Just picked up Delaney. Mike sounds good. Thanks, Mr. Noah. I appreciate that. Travman says, that's probably where my shirt size went when you asked for my shirt size, extra large, by the way. Okay, Travman, I'll try to get yours out there as well. Did you email me, Travman, as well? I went through those emails. I don't remember seeing yours when I found them in the spam folder. Tasha Teeling says, I was there. You were where, Tasha Teeling? Where exactly were you? Oh, there we go. It's working. Rawr. Oh, there we go. That's an improvement. There we go. Great success. Living the dream. Okay, free to travel. There you go, sir. You guys are officially the guinea pigs. And I am a child with a new toy. Oh, you were there. Tasha Teeling was there when I was Vagabond Days. Hey, that's awesome. I appreciate that, Tasha Teeling. Anybody that's my old school subscribers. I thought I did pretty good vlogs, but evidently nobody thought they were. Nomad and Broken says, do the kitty. Take it easy. I'll do this kitty. Thought I saw a putty tat. Oh, man. I'm ridiculous. I don't know if you guys know this, but I am actually a grown man. Let's see. Linda Barker. I watch a lot of van build videos, and so I click the thumbs up on all so I know right away if I start to watch one I've already seen. I like this for real, though. Oh, thank you, Linda Barker. That's awesome. That's actually really smart. I never even thought of that. Travman said, yes, I did, and I was assuming it went to the spam then. Yep, you're exactly right, Travman. I'll be going back through there and see if I can find your email, buddy. Travman, you were getting the Who shirts, right? Am I remembering that right? I think you and Captain Jack both got the Who shirts. Oh, wow. Free to travel. Thank you, sir. Well, I guess you don't like my, I guess you do not like my, because we'll be going back to the ticker now. Thank you, Mr. Free to Travel. I really appreciate that. So if you didn't see, Mr. Free to Travel just hit me with a $5 super chat. Thank you, sir. That is very, very much appreciated. Do you have a YouTube channel, Free to Travel, that you would like me to promote in the ticker? Let me see. Yeah, so for those of you that do not know, if you do hit me with a super chat, you have something that you would like to promote in the ticker, just let me know what you would like to promote, and I will put it in the ticker down below. And if you don't have anything to promote, it will just say that you are the latest super chat superstar. So let me know. Amy Preston says, that's an old person's laugh, by the way. We always start out laughing and end up coughing. Wow. Okay, Amy Preston. Take it easy. I haven't ever banned anybody, but there's always a first time for everything. I'm just teasing. So let's see. Let's get back to our image overlay. There we go. Okay, Mr. Free to Travel, you're all set up, buddy. And thank you so much again for the $5 super chat. Van Life Sheldon's is back. I saw you guys. I got a notification that Van Life Sheldon's Travels just uploaded a video as well. Sea Turtles 101. Turtle Talk at the Clearwater Marine Aquarium. I can't even read. Aquarium. Florida, Van Life travel vlog. So if you guys don't know who Van Life Sheldon's Travels are, they're some YouTube friends of mine. I've hung out with them on many occasions, including RTR last year. But the jerks are not coming to RTR this year because they're too busy in Florida. We see how you guys are. Too good. They're too good for RTR this year. I'm just giving them a hard time. They were just here at the Van Build and Boondockers Bash. So they had asked if we thought we should, if we thought they should come back across the United States, because they're in Florida. And with all the things that are going on this year with RTR and the PartyR, and everything's kind of up in the air, I told them it probably not come back. If it were me, if I were in Florida, I probably wouldn't drive all the way across the United States back to the RTR this year. Now, last year I would have, but because we're still kind of, everything's still in limbo this year on the RTR. I think most of you know. And I believe pretty much everybody's going to the PartyR, which is back at Skadden Wash, which is where RTR was last year. And RTR this year is actually in Parker at the fairgrounds. What is the name of the fairgrounds, Mike and Stephanie? Oh, you know what? Happy birthday, Stephanie. If I'm not mistaken, I think today is Stephanie's birthday. Is that right? If that's true, everybody wish Stephanie. Mike, is it Stephanie's birthday? I think it's Stephanie's birthday. Tasha Teeling says no boondocking by the aquarium. You know what? Tasha Teeling is in Florida as well. Tasha Teeling and Van Life Sheldons. You guys are both. Tasha is still in Tampa, if memory serves me right. And I don't know where you guys are. We are camping with 7 people. Our own Florida PartyR. PartyR. Okay. Nice. You get your own little. Well, we see how you are. You get your own little van life clique going on over there in Florida. You guys ought to just set up some kind of PartyR over there for you East Coasters. Nomad and Broken says, "Oh my God, happy birthday, Steph." Mike, am I correct? I think I'm correct. I think today is Stephanie's birthday. Yes, today is Stephanie's birthday. Happy birthday, Stephanie. Happy birthday, girl. I would sing you happy birthday, but that's not going to happen. Whoa, what was that noise? Did you guys hear that? Last time on the stream, I was dying of thirst and I forgot to get anything. So this time I got something. I'm sure you guys loved seeing that. Brett Lance says, my in-laws, they're nomads now. They sold their house 2 weeks ago already. All I already have is a car and RV, and that's it. Yeah, there's lots of retirees that they become full-time nomads. Sounds like that's what your in-laws did. Yeah, happy birthday to Stephanie with Van Life Sheldon's Travels. Today is her birthday. We're not going to ask how old she is because no gentleman asks how old a lady is. Van Life Sheldon's Travels says, we are here with RV Rebel Girl, Rossi Poo, and Kate. Oh my gosh. Tell RV Rebel Girl I said hello. Thank you, everyone. 26. So, well, happy 26th birthday, Stephanie. Just a baby. We have 22 people in the room. We have 43 thumbs up. If you haven't hit that thumbs up, it's not mandatory, but I really appreciate it. Somebody hit me with somebody sent me an email. Yeah. What's the weather out there, Mike and Stephanie in Florida and Tasha Teeling? I'm figuring it's probably in the 60s or 70s. So anyway, if any of you guys, I don't know if anyone that's in the room, I know Gus and a Bus was in here and he is already out there at Skadden Wash, I believe, to where the PartyR is. I should be making my way out there this weekend. I'm hoping to be there by either Saturday evening, late Saturday night, or Sunday morning. It depends on how tired I am, whether I roll in Saturday night or Sunday morning. I saw Chris Travels from the Off-Grid Schoolie and Tiny Home Tours. He's out there right now. He's headed back to Phoenix for the weekend to get some new Alcoy aluminum rims on his big bus. And then I think he's going to be making it back out there to he's going to make it back out there to the PartyR, or he actually may be going on to Schoolie Palooza, which is in, oh my gosh, my mind just went blank. What's the other place? And over there by what's Mike? What is the other little town where the Schoolies are going to be for Schoolie Palooza? It's in Arizona. Oh, you leaving us, Tasha? Good night, Tasha Teeling. Thank you so much for stopping in. Nomad, I'm broken. I got my beer and water. It's the Russian water vodka. Nice, Nomad and broken. Dome Rock in Ehrenberg. Thank you, Mike. Yes. So for you guys that don't know, Schoolie Palooza this year is going to be at Dome Rock in Ehrenberg. Wait, is that where we were for Boondockers Bash? Because we were at Dome Rock, weren't we? I didn't realize that was Ehrenberg, because that was Parker. I mean, courtside, I thought. I get my Arizona desert mixed up because it all looks the same to me. Like when we moved, because we were originally at the Van Build in Parker, which is right outside of Parker. And then we moved I went to Parker to the casino for Thanksgiving, where I met the Van Life Sheldons, and we actually had Thanksgiving together. And then we all went to the Boondockers Bash. It's not at Dome Rock in Ehrenberg. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Then we went to the Boondockers Bash, and over there at the Boondockers Bash, it literally didn't seem any different to me at the Boondockers Bash than it did at the Van Build. But we just all had to move because you have to move after so many days at a certain spot for the BLM. It's 14 days, which I'm sure most of you know that are nomads. But it was basically just that you're two totally different locations, but it seemed pretty much the same to me. Nomad and Broken, I'm not exactly great on Russian translation. Okay, well, I'm not either, buddy. So that makes two of us. So we're at 144, guys. I'm probably we got 22 people in the room, so we'll probably run this thing. I planned on running it for an hour and a half, and we're an hour and 45 minutes. So we'll probably do 2 hours, and then we'll be cutting it off here in about 15 minutes. It's so funny because these live streams, I really plan on them an hour, and like I looked up and we were like 15 minutes past an hour after when I got to an hour, and there was 30 people in the room. Brian, no, I'm in. Oh, Brian, no, you're in Fort Myers. Nice. Van Life Sheldon Travel says it's a 3-month party. Travman says, I love the way you say tours. Tours? Is that what you would like me? I'm from Texas, buddy. So I say everything like a purebred Texan. My buddy in here, Noah Sargent, he's from Texas as well, but he doesn't talk anything like I do. So Brian Knoll, Van Life Sheldon's Travel, says they're not far from you, guy. They're not far from where you're at. So we got several East Coast Floridans in here tonight, which means it's literally 12 o'clock. Is it midnight there? You guys are 3 hours ahead of us, and it's 9 here. It's so funny when I get on doing these live streams, I start getting all these text messages and people trying to get a hold of me. I won't hear from people for months, and as soon as I start doing a live stream, I get like ex-girlfriends texting me and everything else. My ex-girlfriend was calling me twice, like right before I was getting on the stream, and then another girl I dated, she's just texted me, and I don't even think they're watching this live stream, but maybe they are. Prolific Invention. I would like to see an electric bike ride on some scenic areas, maybe like an intro and then like a time lapse or fast forward of the entire ride kind of thing. I could probably pull that off. Prolific Invention. So many people have electric bikes. Like if you were at the Van Build, there were so many people with the electric bikes this year. At RTR last year, I literally only saw mine and maybe 1 or 2 other ones. I know the Graham Cracker, if you know who that is, riding with a Graham Cracker or whatever. He's another YouTuber. He's got one. He's got a thing that he pulls his dog around in. He's got like that cart, that bike cart. Showing some love to family. 12:17 a.m. Holy moly. It's late over there. That's my biggest problem with Florida. That and the humidity. Nomad and Broken. I'm from East Coast Florida, where they have waves in the actual ocean. They don't have waves in the actual ocean in Florida. Nomad and Broken. I hate to break it to you. I've never seen actual real waves. 28 degrees Celsius here in Brevigus. Oh, Rady. That's right. Thank you, Van Life Sheldon's Travel. So it's Rady with the Graham Cracker on YouTube. And Rady has a Just it's a different brand of mine, but he's got a 20-inch folding electric bike that's very similar to mine. But I like Rady's actually. He's got the little racks and stuff on his, which mine didn't come with. And we're at an hour and 48 minutes, guys. So we got about 49. It's 49. So we got about 11 minutes left. So if you want to get up on your soapbox, now's the time to do it. Oh my God, yeah, California speaking. Nomad and Broken. Brian Knowles says Van Life Sheldon's Travel is very cool. Stop by Punta Gorda if you can. I'll cook lunch. Well, there you go, Mr. Brian Knoll, offering lunch for Van Life Sheldon's Travels. I'm going to kind of get jealous there because I didn't get nobody's offered me lunch. I'm just kidding. It's a little too far to drive. Rich Kimple says weather update just for free to travel. It's minus 12 Celsius. Ooh, so it's minus 12 Celsius there in you're by La Crosse, if I remember, La Crosse, Wisconsin. Rich Kimple. I've been up there many times. So Mr. Rich Kimple, in Fahrenheit, what is that? Minus 12 Celsius in Fahrenheit is what? Like 20 degrees? Oh, man, Mr. Travman, you or something else. And Mr. Travman just bought the ticker space again. Thank you, buddy. And Mr. Travman just hit me with another $5 super chat. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate that, buddy. That's like the 4th or 5th one you've bought tonight. And I still can't type. There we go. So my problem is I blew my screen up on this side. You guys can't see it, but my screen is blown up on this side so I can read the chat because I can't freaking see. I'm blind as a bat. But I blew it up on this side, so the chat is right here and it's very large. So my software that I control the stream and everything I made it very small, so it's hard for me to see to type what I need to type on there. But anyway, Travman, I do really appreciate that. So Travman's message says for him in super chat, remember, be nice to everybody because not everybody is nice. Good night to all. Good night, Travman. Thank you, buddy. Thank you so much. So it's 10 degrees and dropping in La Crosse, Wisconsin, Mr. Rich Kimple says. Ooh, that is too freaking cold for me, bro. Joe Federico says, where are you from? Originally, Joe, if you're asking me where I'm from originally, I'm originally from Texas. I grew up in a little town called Lubbock, Texas, out in the South Plains in West Texas. And then I moved to Dallas in 1988, to where I lived in Dallas, Texas from 1988 until 2006 when I moved to Huntington Beach, California. And then I lived in Huntington Beach for a couple of years. And then I moved up to Long Beach, where I lived for 7 years. And now I'm in LA, where I'm a nomad and live in a 2003 retired MT45 Snap-on truck that's parked right out there on the street. And I'm at my office. I'm streaming to you guys live from my office at work. Yeah, Travman, you rock, buddy. I really appreciate it. He's probably already gone, but I really appreciate that. So Van Life Sheldon's Travels, Mike and Stephanie, how long do you guys live stream? I'm trying to get a grasp on what's a good live stream time. Because when I first started doing this, my idea was to do it no more than an hour. I thought an hour was going to be too long. But every time I start trying to do it, an hour is gone like that. And then there's still so many people in the room. I feel bad just ending it. So Van Life Sheldon's Travels, 1 hour. Okay, I'm going to probably cut it back to 1 hour in my next stream. That's what I'd planned to do tonight, though, was 1 hour because I still got to go pull. I still have to go pull a LeBron James. He just made an order tonight, so I have to go pull his order. Finish pulling his order. I pulled half of it before the stream, and I have to go finish pulling the rest of it, and then I have to go deliver it down to Fountain Valley. I'm going to go down to Fountain Valley so I can deliver it first thing in the morning. Rich Kimple, I live about 5 miles north of the fiberglass bluegill made famous by Nomadic Fanatic. Oh, gotcha. Rich Kimple says, nah, 2 is good. I'm taking it 2 hours, Rich Kimple. You think 2 hours is good stream time? Van Life Sheldon's Travel says, it's hard for people to rewatch more than an hour, in my opinion. Yep, I totally get that. I figured an hour was too long. I thought really like 30 minutes would really be, but it's hard when you get on here to live stream because it goes so fast. It's not like a video. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but for me, it goes so freaking fast. Nomad and Broken goes, it's just too much fun, y'all. So Nomad and Broken, you do a lot of live streams. How long are yours mostly? I've been in several of yours. Let's see, Joe Federico from Buffalo, New York here, but live in Cave Creek, Arizona now. Where exactly is Cave Creek? What part of Arizona is Cave Creek? I've heard of it, but I don't know. I might have been there. Is it over by Tucson? Amy Preston says, good mojo here. I really appreciate that, Amy. Thank you so much. Live is great, but the rewatch is about an hour. That totally makes sense, Mike and Stephanie from Van Life Sheldon's Travels. I'm still new at this whole live stream thing. This is my third one, so I'm still trying to hone it, trying to get it set exactly where I want it to be. But once I get the time set, I want to kind of stick with that. So this one's running 2 hours, and I'll say how many complaints I get about the 2 hours. And I believe Mike and Stephanie's right. I don't think anybody's going to want to rewatch. And that's something that as a YouTuber, you want people to rewatch your streams, even if it's not live. And that's a long time for people to sit down and rewatch a stream that's 2 hours. Yes, Van Life Sheldon Travels. I mentioned you guys in the last live stream when I was supposed to do it at 7:30, and it never happened until like around 10:30. But yes, I did figure out the super chat thanks to you guys. I figured it out, looked into it. Joe Federico, north of Phoenix, beautiful here. Check it out someday. I will. I'm very, very, very familiar with Phoenix, Joe. I'll have to get up there and check it out. So you're up. Let's see. Geez. Yeah, I have an idea where you're at. You're up by Sedona, right? Or like on the way to Sedona? If you're north of Phoenix. Joe Federico, a condo and a road track. Oh, you got a condo and a road track. Well, that's the way to do it. You got a home base and a road track for road trekking. Rich Kimple says, of course, once I get called back from layoff, only time I can watch is Friday. Oh, I got you, buddy. I totally get that. Totally understand. Mike says, if someone does, it's great, but just for my numbers. Yeah, it makes sense. Any live streams are pretty much for the immediate views. Videos are hopefully evergreen. I did an hour or two rewatch. Same either way. Gotcha. North of Scottsdale. Oh, okay. Well, then you're right north of Phoenix then. I used to go to Scottsdale back in the day for Arizona Bike Week. For us people that have Harley Davidsons that you don't know, Arizona Bike Week is a big bike week for Harleys out in Arizona, and it's actually in Scottsdale. As a matter of fact, the last time I was in Scottsdale I've been to Phoenix several times, but the last time I was in Scottsdale was for Bike Week in, oh my gosh, has it been that long ago? 2012, I guess. 2011? Man, that's crazy. Time flies. Seems like just last year. And we are an hour and 58 in, guys. So we have about 2.5 minutes left. So if you got anything you'd like to say, now's the time to do it. We still have 17 people in the room. We got 43 thumbs up. I'd love to get it to a solid 50, but 44 is my high school football number. So if you want to hit me with one more, that'd make it 44, and I'd be happy with that. If you haven't hit that thumbs up button yet, get one more. JBK says, if I watch a replay, I watch at 2 times the speed. You and my buddy, Noah Sargent, are exactly the same. Very smart. I always forget that's even on YouTube. Yeah, you can actually watch it faster. Videos as well. You can up the speed on them. You can right click and set the speed to go faster. So it's half the time what the actual video is. Let's see. Brian, no, Lubbock, Texas. Love that place. I have very old friend from there. Oh, okay. Yeah. My actual biological father was cousins with the famous singer Buddy Holly. That's how I got the last name Holly. And Buddy Holly was from Lubbock, Texas, which I'm Rav Holly, and I'm from Lubbock, Texas. Amy Preston, hugs to all. Good night from Myrtle Beach. Thank you so much, Amy. It's good to see you. I'll catch you on Facebook. Any of you guys, if you want to keep up with me, you're more than welcome to. I piss people off on Facebook with my political rants. That's basically all I use Facebook for these days, is just political rants. But if you want to see my political rants, friend me on Facebook, and I will accept, because I've cleared out about 100 of my closest California friends, because I'm always ranting about all the BS we have to deal with here in California that one particular political party is caused. Rav, what are you doing? You better. Rav, what are doing you better, the streams or Nomad News? What are doing better? I think the streams, buddy. I think they're doing better than there's more views on my videos, but the streams are seem to be where it's at. But I don't want to kill my YouTube channel, which you and I talked about, because if you do too many streams, YouTube will penalize you for that, and you will lose all of your traffic, because they will deem your channel a stream channel and no longer a video channel. So I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to be doing some Nomad News episodes coming up. But when I can't, I want to. When I can, I want to be able to. When I can, I want to be able to stream. Like this week has really been busy, so that's why you got 2 streams back to back. But from now on, I want to try to do like a couple of videos and then one live stream a week. Rich Kemp said, for the next time I lived in Milwaukee, a few blocks from the Harley 1000 anniversary party, I've got stories. Oh yeah, buddy. I used to drive by the old Harley plant out there. If memory serves me, the Harley plant was on the right side of the road, and the new Brewer Stadium, which is not new now, but the last time I was in Milwaukee, they were building it, and the crane had just fell. And when they were building it, because they were the first stadium that was building a retracting roof, I think I remember this right. But I used to drive by that in Milwaukee. I used to drive by the Harley plant all the time, and I've owned Harleys for 30 years, so I'm a big fan of Harley Davidson motorcycles. I still own one to this day, even though it's in the shop right now. Anyway, guys, we're 2 minutes over my 2-hour time limit that I'd set, so I'm going to be getting off here. We still have 19 people in the room. C. Gullen, I watch most videos in 2 times speed. Hi, C. Good to see you. Sorry you got here right at the end of it. Brian Knoll, drop me an email, buddy. Rich Kemp, good to see you. Van Life Travels, love you guys. Happy birthday again, Steph. Noah Sargent, if you're still in here, buddy, I'll probably see you in a few days. Joe Federico, thanks for showing up, buddy. Thank you, Trav Man. I know he's gone for probably 5 or 6 super chats tonight. Goodness, he hit me with 5 or 6 super chats, which is amazing. Before I go, Van Life Sheldon's Travels, where do you find the money for your super chats? Because I have no idea where this money goes. I know I made money the last time, but I don't know where you look at it. Where do you find it? I guess YouTube just pays you out with your regular earnings. Free to Travel, thank you for the $5 super chat. I'm just scrolling through really quick, guys. Want to make sure I thank everybody before we get off of here. Looks like that's going to do it. Tasha Teeling's gone. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this live stream. Thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate you coming in. I thank you for clicking that thumbs up button if you haven't. And if you're not subscribed, I'd love it if you subscribe. I'll try to get some more Nomad News episodes out for you guys here in the near future. And that's going to do it for this live stream. And remember, guys, everything you've ever wanted is setting right on the other side of fear. Peace.